Now there's sound. Thank you so much, TD. At 110. There is sound at 110. 110. Thanks, TD. Oh my gosh. Sitting here talking for a whole minute. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. No matter what happens here, because you never know what happens here. Y'all love me. I love y'all. Thank you for being you. Okay. So let's talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about it. What's going on in your situation here? I'm stretching my hands right now. Let's find out what's going on in your situation and see if we can get you some information, okay? Thanks, TD. I'd have been talking the whole time. It really would have been. Anyway, what I was saying before is thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, love. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're here during the live, thumbs up. Okay. Ooh, okay. Some of y'all have a special connection coming in. Let's see what this is. Some of y'all have dealt with a lot of abusive individuals. Now, you may have had a father figure that was abusive or a relationship that was abusive, okay? Good morning, Heather B. We'll have a great day, baby. Some of you may have dealt with a very controlling individual or someone who was abusing their power, okay? I feel like this person was very dominant and very controlling, or it's just maybe been a father or mother figure. This could have been a spouse, somebody close to you, whatever. And you pretty much had to surrender. You surrendered your. These readings have been intense today. Golly, this energy. Giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. And I don't think it was that you feared making your own choices. I believe that this was something that you didn't have control over. So this could have been somebody that was very domineering, very dominating, and you weren't allowed to make choices. You may have had to live under their tyranny. I feel a tyranny here. You may have had to. It's like you're a blank slate now. Okay. What do I mean by that? It's you have overcome this. Okay. And again, this could have been a very abusive partner, a very controlling partner. It could have been a very abusive upbringing, whatever that means for you. But I feel like you are finally free of this. I feel like you're finally free of this tyranny or this control. And I am talking to people who lived, I'm not going to say a sheltered life. I'm going to say you may look like you lived a sheltered life, but I think that you weren't allowed to you weren't allowed to do much of anything. You weren't allowed to live it the way you wanted to. You weren't allowed to make your own choices, that kind of stuff. Mando Joe's here. Hey, baby. And you, in life, progressed not knowing how to defend yourself against negative individuals. This would have been from childhood or from a very long-term, unhealthy, controlling relationship, okay? And you are finally free. Now, I'm going to have to say this from my own experience. When you get to the other side and when you finally break through those barriers and those walls come down and you finally have that freedom, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary having your own choices and knowing that you're the one that's got to, you're in the control seat. You got the controls, and it can be scary saying, I don't know what to choose now. I don't know, can I be happy? Can I wear the color blue and pink at the same time? Um, can I have my own home? Can I have my own car? What kind of hairstyle can I have? And I'm talking, when you are controlled to this degree, you panic. You can panic having that kind of control over your life, and knowing it's really like it panics you, because you're like, what do I do now? You've been so used to being told what to do for so long. You panic, and it's okay. I just want to say it's okay. I just want to put my hand on your shoulder and be like, yo, it's okay. I've been there. I still have those moments. I still have those moments where I've just been so controlled my whole life in relationships that sometimes, even though I have all my freedom, I am the boss, of my life, but still kind of panic, because I'm like, what do I do now? What makes me happy? What can I do? What does true freedom mean? What do I want to do? I totally understand how this feels. So you are setting yourself free, and you may not have had the ability to defend yourself. You may not have been able to defend yourself. You may have been too small. You may have been too timid. You may have been just too young to defend yourself, whatever. This is a redemption time. This is a time where you are setting yourself free. And I believe that it's been your connection to spirit that has actually assisted you in breaking free from this. So you may have had to ask, maybe prayers, or asking the universe to assist you in breaking free from this tyranny. And maybe this has been a long time ago. Maybe this has just been wanting your own freedom for a long time and not having it. It's pretty intense, but it happens, and it's kind of scary when you've gone through. And again, I'm also going to say this too. If you've dealt with a master-slave BDSM relationship, it's very similar. When you've been told, when you've been in a domination, submissive relationship for so long, coming out of that and having to make your own choices is difficult, okay? Because you're so used to somebody else telling you what to eat, what to do, when to sleep, how to brush your teeth, all of it, A lot of you are not going to relate to that, but somebody may. Okay, so it's time to make those choices. And it's new. It's new, but it is definitely going to be pleasurable. So it's like, what now? Okay, so a lot of you may be looking for new jobs. You may be looking for new places to live. This could have been involving third-party energy. But what I'm seeing more than anything is you're finally disengaging yourself from this broken heart. You're seeing clearly, and you're telling yourself the truth in regards to what needs to be done. So it's like you're not afraid to stand up for yourself and honor yourself now. You've learned how to do that with the Knight of Swords. You know how to champion yourself now in life. Okay? And you are preparing yourself for something new. You've learned a lesson of self-love. Some of you may have gone through divorces, breakups. You may be in the process of changing your whole friggin' life. I'm telling you, this may have been since childhood. You're finally able to stand up for yourself since childhood, like the first time in a long time. You're actually able to say, I want whatever it is I want, or I can have whatever it is I want. And that's power. It's intense, but it is very powerful. Okay. And this is not going to resonate with everybody, but using your big words, Using your words is important. And when you've come from a place of broken homes, not really broken homes, issues in homes, issues in relationships where you pretty much did whatever it's do as I say, not as I do kind of stuff. It's you do what you're told when you're told to do it because you fear getting in trouble, or you're afraid that you're going to get hurt if you talk back, or that kind of stuff. And it's real. It's really real, and it stays with us for a very long time. And again, this could have been since childhood. This could have been in a marriage or a long-term relationship, but you're stepping out of it and you're preparing yourself for the next part of the journey, of your journey. So you have choices to make in regards to where you're headed next. And I believe you finally learned what self-love is, and self-love is speaking your mind, speaking your truth. I for those of you that this is BDSM, master slave kind of dynamic, that's going to be for a very select few of you. But in these situations, you've chosen the connection, you've chosen to do that, but maybe this person became abusive. They took it to an abusive, negative place rather than a place of mutual agreement and understanding. They dishonored the relationship, or they were not a true master, in the sense where they were more using it from a negative place of control rather than from a place of loving guidance, that kind of thing. But for those of you that this was a situation where it was mother-father issues, I believe you're kind of on the precipice of finally letting go of this energy and speaking your truth in regards to these dominating, controlling individuals in your life. It's not bold energy like, I'm not going to take this anymore. We're not going to take this. F this. I'm out. This is a very gradual energy that you went through. It's a light energy, and it may have taken you quite some time to progress through this and to have this understanding, to learn how to love yourself, and to learn that loving yourself is standing up for yourself. Speaking your truth, speaking your mind, that you have a voice, that you have an opinion, and that you should or could or can have anything you want, or that you are now in a place where you can have choices. Again, sometimes this is the biggest thing after an abusive relationship, is realizing it's your choice now. It's your choice. What do you get to do? Do you want a relationship? Do you want to live on your own? Do you, it's like, okay, nobody else is making any choices for me. Nobody's telling me what to do. What do I want? So there's a big void here. There's a big space here that needs to be filled. So just take a deep breath. You have choices ahead of you. You have opportunities ahead of you. And it's all a matter of just making the choice and taking the steps. Here's the choice. There's the making the choice and having the energy to take the next step. To having the courage to do it, even if it's just one step at a time, one day at a time. You know what I mean? So one day it's like, okay, I can wear whatever I want. Maybe I don't have much money, but I'm going to go to like Poshmark or the thrift store, and I'm just going to buy myself an outfit. Just, it may not be but a $5 or $10 outfit, but I'm going to find something that, or go to an upscale resale store and get that, Hugo Boss suit, or get that, the Chico's or the Chanel, whatever, Chanel number, whatever. And it may not cost a whole bunch of money, but for you, it's freedom. You know what I'm saying? That's this kind of energy. Like, you have the choice. If you want to go take a walk on the beach, or if you want to call a friend, it's almost scary energy that you have this much freedom and you're unsure of what to do next. And it's probably been a while since you've been out of this relationship, but it's breaking free from that connection. It's still with you. It's going to stay with you energetically, but it's finally having the courage to, like, I don't know if it's demand better for yourself, or I don't know what that energy is that's coming through. It's like you realize it's time to make some choices, you know? And you may not have been in this relationship for a while, you know? You've already the heartbreak is already gone. It's just, while you were processing, thank you, Fred. While you were processing this breakup or this heartbreak, and learning how to love yourself, you just kind of let other things go. Yeah. Other things went by the wayside because healing your heart was the most important. The universe is saying you weren't really talking, you weren't really making any choices. You weren't making choices. You weren't talking. You weren't taking any new steps. With the Fool reverse, the Ace of Swords reverse, you were just busy focusing on healing your heart space. Okay, so you weren't interested in building anything new with anybody, or you just kind of, this is very hermity kind of energy. I don't see the hermit here, but it's hermit kind of energy, where it's like you went within and you focused only on healing your heart space and loving yourself and learning how to speak your truth. What's your truth? Well, that wasn't your truth. Who are you really? Who is your authentic self? That's kind of what I got coming through. So rebuilding with another person, or getting a job, or climbing the ladder of success, that really wasn't the main focus here for you. It was loving yourself and preparing yourself for the rest of the journey, or the next steps in the journey. Okay. So what choices? Okay. So some of you are finishing up your spiritual awakening or your spiritual ascension. Some of you have been on a spiritual journey, a spiritual awakening, a spiritual ascension. Some of you, this choice was, do I go back or do I move on? Okay. And I believe that most of you are in the process of making the decision to move on to something new. A lot of you went back to either you repeated relationships like this, or you went back to this relationship multiple times and it never worked out. There was never any work. It never worked out in the 3D. Yeah. And you done this for a long time, and it finally just became too much of a burden. It was like you're pissed off, you're frustrated, and it's just like I'm done. I can't do it anymore. The weight of this is too much. You're pissed off because it's too overwhelming. At some point, you're ready to break free, and you did. Yeah, there's the Five of Wands reverse. There's the Tower reverse. So it's already over. You're just not prepared yet to move forward into something new. So the Tower, where I told you this is already over, but you're not fighting it. You're not fighting. You're just like letting it burn. You're going to avoid returning to something like this. It's like you just want to heal and you just want to feel better. And at some point you said, enough is enough. I can't take this. It's too much. It's too heavy. So this control or this anger or this controlling individual, this person that tried to have all this authority over you, you're finally like, you screw this shit. I'm done. And you may have, been out of this, a long time. You may have moved away from home a long time, but you repeated relationships like this. You're finally like, enough. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And so you're in between the release of this energy. You're kind of at a blank state energy. Where do I go now? What do I get? What do I want? What kind of relationship do I want? What kind of life do I want? So you're in the process of trying to figure out what to do next. Do I want a job? What kind of job do I want? Do I want to live on my own? Where do I want to live? What location do I want to live at? Do I want to live by the beach? Do I want to live in the mountains? You get to choose. Nobody's controlling you anymore. And with that comes a lot of responsibility, because you got to do it yourself, which may be kind of scary for some of you. But that's okay. You'll get through it. You'll get through it. If you can deal with that shit, you can do it. So you really just haven't figured out where to head towards yet. Okay. Majority of you are going to focus on your own happiness, and your own happiness right now is your own comfort in life. Like, you're coming to this epiphany or this awakening that you want more. Maybe you want a bigger house. Maybe you want a better house. Maybe you want better clothes. I knew I was talking about clothes for some reason. I was like, why am I talking about clothes? Look, a new outfit, a new wardrobe, even if you just spend $50 on it down at the damn resale shop or something, the resale boutique. When you have been under somebody else's thumb and you haven't been able to wear your own clothes, wear your own style, it's like figuring your own style out and trying different things. It's like, how do you want to look after being told what to wear all the time? How do you want to dress? How do you want to present to the world? What makes you feel good? You know what I mean? Is it pink and blue and white? This is extremely pink. It looks really light pink here, but it's bright pink actually. But it's like, what is your style? Who are you? Who are you? And it's that epiphany that most of you are having. Some of you had this epiphany back in Leo season, Scorpio season. And it's like, I want more for myself. I want more. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to smell good. I want to enjoy my life financially and in the 3D. Queen of Pentacles. It's like, I want my manicures, my pedicures. I want to live a life of luxury and comfort. And I want to nurture myself for a while. I want to grow my business. I want to grow my pentacles, but I want my house to look good. I want my house to be warm and inviting. I want my life to be cozy, comfortable, and luxurious to a degree. And I believe everybody should live like that. That's great. And that's what's going to make you happy. It's like, okay, well, does that mean you need a new job? Does that mean you need to find a better place? Or does that mean that you need to refurbish your home? What do you got to do? So a lot of you, you're not really dealing with relationships. You don't want to deal with relationships right now. Whoever this is, whoever I'm resonating with today, it's like, you know what? I just want to be comfortable, live a life of comfort and ease, and I want to have good food, good friends, nice furnishings. I want to live life, and I want to be happy. And that's what you're defending more than anything. It's like, relationship, nah. I want that. So I am talking to some people today that have truly lived under severe conditions of control and authority, and fear for a long time. And it may or may not have been since childhood. It may or may not have been with a spouse or a relationship. This could have just been, you know, you within yourself having these severe limiting beliefs and fears that kept you back from truly living. But most of you, I believe, this is true dominance and control, and possibly many relationships that have resembled the same ones for years. But when you finally get to this point and and that light bulb clicks and you finally had enough, you know, those 10 wands is like, enough is enough. I cannot carry any more, cannot do this any longer. I've had enough. Breaking point. And then the swords come out with the Knight of Swords, like, I'm doing this for me. This is my truth. I'm done with this. I'm not carrying this burden. I'm not doing your bidding. I'm not listening to this bullshit. And I'm not going to be treated like this anymore. You have that breakthrough moment and you say, you know, I don't even want a relationship right now. I just want to live a great life. I want to have a nice home. I want to be happy. And you're going to defend your happiness and your personal wealth above all else. It's like, I'm not sharing it with anybody. It's like you don't want to share with anybody, right? And you have every right to, if you have lived such a controlled life. Yeah. And you're slowly moving away from this energy. This stuck energy, you know. So you will have a new beginning. But right now you have some trust issues and you're just more focused on your 3D long-term wealth and stability than anything. So right now with another person, because of what's happened, you don't want to be controlled anymore. You're saying, I will not be controlled anymore. I want my freedom and I want to enjoy life. And eventually in the future, your chariot has, in the next 3 months, your chariot is showing me that it's not ready yet to move your heart space towards someone. But eventually in time, you are showing me that you will open up to new love, and a very spicy one at that. But that's in time. You know, that could be several months. That could be several years in the future. Okay, but you will eventually move in that direction because right now it's like, I just want to live. I want to live a life of luxury and happiness. That's it. And right now that's with yourself because you've been controlled for so long. You're just really enjoying that freedom. Nothing wrong with that. But as part of your package here, your wish fulfillment, even though you haven't taken the steps towards it, you do have a wish, and your dream is a 10 Pentacles. That is happily ever after, or that's happiness with another person, long-term love and money. Blending a family, bonding, living life, growing old with somebody, and doing it with grace and happiness. So right now, it's about you. And letting go, like just finding out who you are, finding out your style, finding out where you want to live, finding out what kind of job really makes you happy. You may have been told what to do so much for so long that you're like, you know what? I'm going to go work where the fuck I want to. I'm going to try a new job. Try new jobs. Go ahead. I'm not ready for college just yet. Okay, try new jobs. Go talk to different advisors. Find out different programs. Go talk to people of what you think you might want to do. Go talk to them and see if they enjoy it. Ask them what a day in a life is like. You know, get real with life. I think that's what you're doing. You're getting real with life here. And for those of you that are breaking free from these kinds of connections, it might be a while before you decide to move into a love connection or a relationship again. Because it's like, right now, it's about me and my stability long term. Figure out my style, what kind of house I want to have. What is my, what does my yard look like? What does my walls look like? What does my lifestyle look like? Who am I without these other people? Who am I without them? Without being told how to be, how to look, how to act, how to operate. Who the fuck am I? I like it. So keep pushing, keep going. All right. It's about you. You're setting yourself free. Congratulations. It's about finding out who you really are, what your style is, what kind of life you want to live, who you want to be when you grow up. Maybe you already grown. Well, you can live life as many times as you want to in one lifetime. Different ways. Do whatever you want to do. What makes you happy? That's all that matters right now. And I think most of you are just like, you know what? I'm just ready to enjoy life. I've got to be free, baby. I got to be free. And finding out who you really are. Free from what anybody else tells you or says to you. It's freedom. I like it. Looks good on you. Keep going. Till next time, them's words, them's messages. Like, share, subscribe, join the tribe, and I'll see y'all around real soon. Namaste.